Now that Sydney Metro is open to Sydenham, and now that I've explored all the stations, I thought it would be appropriate to make a practical overview of the line, including travel times, layouts, locations, and how each station integrates with its local area. Currently, the extension operates a 4-minute headway in peak, 7 minutes between the peaks, and 10 minutes in the early morning, evening, and on weekends. The extension currently closes before the rest of the line. The last northbound train, for example, leaves Sydenham at 22:30. In the coming months, however, the timetable will change, with dwell times reduced from 90 seconds to 30 at most stations, inter-peak headway increasing to every 5 minutes, and operations continuing into the night. Sydenham Station has been extensively rebuilt to accommodate the metro. Platforms 1 and 2 have been extended well past the end of the suburban train platforms, allowing the platforms to be straight. The added distance between the southern end of the extended platforms and the southern concourse and station entrance prompted the construction of a new northern footbridge, with entrances on both Burrows Avenue and Railway Parade. The footbridge connects all 6 platforms. The old southern concourse is still connected to platforms 1 and 2 as well, so this entrance remains an option. Metro trains mostly use platform 1 at the moment, which will provide a good interchange between it and the station link buses when they start later this year. Cycle parking is provided as unsecured racks at the southern concourse, as before, as well as new racks on either side of the new footbridge, as well as 2 new cycle sheds which require a registered Opal card to enter. There are nearly 100 spaces in the sheds. There is some mention in planning documents about a Marrickville to Sydenham cycleway being built in the near future, expanding the cycling catchment of the station. 3 minutes up the line is Waterloo. This station was constructed using the cut and cover method, so it is, compared to some other stations, relatively compact width-wise, but has a large cavernous feel. The surface level building is still in development as part of the integrated station design, with the station entrance forming part of a future retail arcade. 3 escalators lead down to the enormous ticket hall, where the gate line is, and a further 4 escalators lead to the island platform. The retail arcade has entrances on Cope Street, which has been resurfaced, and Raglan Street. Immediately east of the station, on George Street, is a key cycleway between Central Station and Mascot, and cycling is catered to by Sydney's largest dedicated cycle storage area, with 250 racks located directly underneath the arcade. There is an entrance to this shed at street level, but you can also access it from the lift from either street level or the ticket hall, where you must scan your Opal card before selecting the cycle parking level. Another 3 minutes north and you arrive at Central, platforms 26 and 27. The platforms themselves are in a fairly unremarkable station box, like Waterloo. They're well designed, but the bulk of the metro works at Central have been directed towards ensuring interchanges are made as easy as possible. Central Walk, the new Chalmers Street entrance, and the Metro Concourse have been open for some time now, and have transformed the station from a somewhat dingy, uncomfortable place to a deserving main railway hub, equal in magnitude to many main stations around Europe. 2 minutes further is Gadigal, a new standalone station in the CBD parallel to Town Hall, but 100 metres or so east. Owing to space constraints, this station has a binocular mind arrangement, with tubular individual platforms under Pitt Street northbound and Castlereagh Street southbound. The white cladding and tubular shape gives this station a distinctly Elizabeth line feel. Its scale is very impressive, with large hallways connecting each platform at both ends to the entrances. The Bathurst Street entrance is quite small, with 2 banks of 3 escalators leading to a street-level ticket hall. Bathurst Street's footpath has been widened directly outside the station, which is a welcome addition to this part of the city. The Park Street entrance is a considerably larger one, with a barrage of fare gates lining the footpath. At the time of writing, there is still considerable construction work for both the integrated development and the public domain works. 2 banks of 4 escalators lead to the platforms here. Despite the close distance, there is no connection to Town Hall Station or any of its underground passages. It's easiest to change at either Central or Martin Place for most services. About a minute up the line is Martin Place, platforms 3 and 4, which is by far the most impressive station on the extension. The new platforms are also in a binocular mind layout, with the addition of a large central walkway between them. At the northern end of this walkway, an atrium leads all the way up to Hunter Street, with daylight filtering from street level all the way to the platforms, themselves very airy and bright. The entrance here covers the entire width of the block, with 4 escalators leading to a ticket hall and another set of escalators leading down to the trains. At the other end of the walkway, more escalators lead to a new underground shopping centre, and again up to street level with an entrance on Castlereagh Street. This underground shopping centre has an unpaid connection to the eastern suburbs concourse. The southern end of the walkway becomes a paid connection directly to the suburban train platforms 1 and 2. There is also an unpaid connection between the 2 entrances. 2 minutes later we arrive at Barangaroo. This station appears very subtle on the surface, with no proper station building. 2 lifts and 2 flights of escalators lead to the ticket hall, where the enormity of the station box reveals itself. From there, the platforms are only a few metres below, with both the platforms and ticket hall sharing the large cavity. The station catchment is very limited, with most of it occupied by Barangaroo Reserve, the harbour and the Barangaroo Central redevelopment. Hickson Road, which runs on top of the station box, has been resurfaced with much better public amenities. 3 minutes and 1 harbour crossing later is Victoria Cross in North Sydney. This station is a single-mined cabin beneath Miller Street. The southern end of the platform has escalators leading to the large southern ticket hall, which subsequently leads to Miller Street, and an arcade through to Denison Street. Walking along Miller Street towards the Pacific Highway leads to an underground connection to North Sydney Station. The northern end of the platform ascends to a long passageway to the lift landing for the northern entrance, whose ticket hall is at street level. This entrance, also on Miller Street, has another bicycle shed with 160 spaces underneath, with an entrance on McLaren Street. Bus stops are located along Miller Street and marked as either north or south corresponding to one of the entrances. Crow's Nest is the last station on the extension, 2 minutes from Victoria Cross. It is a cut-and-cover box adjacent to the Pacific Highway, with an entrance on it and on Clark Street, both leading to an underground ticket hall, which then leads to the platforms below. This station has a similar layout to Waterloo. The services building, further south on the highway, houses the cycle shed, with 150 spaces. The Clark Street entrance opens onto some public domain upgrades, and also the council-led Hume Street Park expansion, which opens a pedestrian connection to Willoughby Road, the high street of Crow's Nest. Hume Street, between the highway and Clark Street, is currently being rebuilt, with a painted cycle lane westbound and a protected cycleway eastbound. I realise it's been said so much it's already a cliché, but this new railway will be unimaginably transformative for Sydney, and it shows how investment in public transport provides a far greater benefit than investment in road infrastructure. I look forward to seeing the Bankstown extension and the line to Brandfield open in the next 2 years, and Metro West in 2032, as well as potential other unannounced projects. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing.
Change for T1 North Shore and Western Line train services. Doors will open on